What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Last month, something awesome happened that I probably should have talked about sooner. After being lost for 7 years, a very special bucket list coaster of mine that I had from my childhood actually reopened at a park in Iowa, and I was stoked to see that. And I really didn't even realize this until about a week ago when I was scrolling on Instagram. With 2 inversions, a quick launch, and a length of 1,500 feet, this little thing seemed like the perfect introduction to roller coasters to me personally when I was a kid, and having had one close by, which is the now SBNO Accelerator, I'd always dreamt of riding it. But it was pretty far out of my country, and being 15 at the time, that was not really in my cards. Funny enough though, I'll actually end up at its prior park this summer with Coaster Dash in Europe, so that'll be fun, but of course it's no longer there. Regardless, I wanted to bring you a little history on this gem of a coaster though, and bring back some long missed exposure to it. So, what is it, and where did it come from? This is the story of Lost Island's Matugani. Our story starts back in 2002 at the theme park Liseberg in Gothenburg, Sweden, which at the time had been operating with a few coasters. One of these, Hangover, was a Vekoma inverted coaster that had been open since 1997 that had just been giving the park a ton of problems since its opening. This then of course led them to opt to sell the attraction in hopes of the addition of a larger coaster later down the line, and well, it did take some time for this to happen. After contacting several manufacturers over the years, the only one they were able to settle on was Intamin, and the constraints were essentially just a large looping coaster that could fit within the park's budget. So, long story short, Intamin presented one of their accelerator coaster models to the park that was to feature a launch, 2 inversions, and a layout just under 1,500 feet. Well, the park agreed. By 2005, the attraction was fully built and open to the public. Under the name Cannonin, or The Cannon, it was an instant hit and quickly became popular amongst park guests. Starting with a hydraulic launch, riders were to be sent out of the station at 46.6 miles per hour in just 2 seconds before engaging a top hat to the left and a speed hill. This speed hill led into the first inversion, a vertical loop, before banking right into a twisted airtime hill and then another speed hill. Add a second inversion to this, an inline twist, and bang, that was kind of the whole ride. It really was awesome from what I heard, and start to finish it was just a really solid coaster. Now, as I mentioned though, Cannonin was a big success and quickly became the park's most popular attraction. But of course, based on the title of this video, you know it's no longer there and was obviously removed. So what happened? Well, after 11 years of operation, in classic Liseberg fashion, the coaster was set to be removed to make way for an even larger ride. This ride was set to be a B&M dive coaster, and with that, Cannonin closed in 2016 and was replaced by Valkyria in 2018. Now, there was an awkward waiting period here though, because we all saw it get disassembled rather than demolished, which of course led us to know that it was going to be sold. But we didn't know where it was going. That is until Lost Island Theme Park in Iowa of the United States opened in 2022. Headed by Gary and Becky Birch, the owners of Lost Island Water Park, they came to an agreement with Liseberg and purchased the attraction for a 2023 opening. That of course led us to last month, when boom, Cannonin was actually installed by the Swiss Ride Services at the park, and it opened to the public on May 20th. Now known as Matugani, the coaster received an all-new color scheme that looks really good, as well as updated train paint, which I just think both look so cool. It also opened alongside 2 other coasters at that park as well, so if you find yourself in Iowa, definitely check these 3 out. Definitely a fun ride and one I hope to get on soon, and I think that green paint looks awesome. But as always, that is now the end of the video, so if you enjoyed it or learned something new, of course I'm going to ask you to please like and subscribe. That really does help a lot and is the best way to support me in doing these videos. But if you don't want to do that, just stay tuned for yet another video coming in a couple days as well. And until then, we'll see you all there. See ya.